Bonjour, my name is Chief Donny Morris, Kichinamexubininook, but in English language it's Big Trout Lake. As we all know, growing up, we were taught the oral vision of talking, passing things down to generation. But now it's beginning to be more important that we need to put these things on paper as to what treaty meant to us. So if you look where I'm standing, the grass is still green. That was part of the treaty promise that was made to us as people living here on this island called the Lake Big Trout Lake. And also the river, it still flows. And the sky, the sun represents the treaty too. As you will see, that is the design we have on our flags. And the trout that you see in the middle represents the people, the nations of Kichinamexub-Innuuk. As a leader, I've been listening to my elders and my grandparents telling me treaty was signed here 1929 July 5. It represents us, these people coming to our lands to share whatever we can provide. And sometimes we always, like today, think to ourselves, I think we are in a position now, moving forward with our treaty partners, to start really looking at what these promises that were made under these three scenarios of the sun, the grass, and the river. It's not an educational thing for me. It's a real life experience which we were promised by commissioners that came here 1929. They brought an officer, an RCMP officer in red, which represented when we took it as security, as policing. And then there was an individual dressed in white who we presumed was a doctor or a nurse. That represents the medicine. And there's a lot of other things that were promised under the treaty, which are verbally explained, but the written document that we've been seeing and we heard about is not the actual thing that was signed here in 1929. So with our vision now moving forward as a community, we are trying to work towards helping ourselves out, looking at opportunities, and from there moving forward to how we interpreted the treaty with our treaty partner, which is both levels of governments. And that just entails who we are as a Kichinamexub-Innuuk. We're here, we know what the treaty says, and we just want to try and implement it ourselves, but we need both levels of governments to acknowledge that we have a treaty together. Mando mai go shanum gwaga kina kidbenz ga na minig danskina mina ga dog mamna na ka dum ga aaj ke mando ju shon mach. Yeah.